Hi everyone, it's Nubian Sun Ra back with another video. Welcome. Today I will be discussing how we create and destroy ideas, relationships, connections, and just pretty much everything in general. Those were just examples. With our mind, how we can do all that with our mind. And I would like to just start with a story. I want to make it personal because I feel like it'll be the best example. So, for example, story time. Um, when I was little, when we're young, we have big imaginations, and as an adult, we still have that ability. When I was little, I used to create a school in my room with my teddy bears. And I would grade the papers for them, do the work and everything, because, you're young, you just using your imagination. So, and it was like something very serious for me because the bears came alive and they were actually uh, learning, and I was actually asking them questions, and it was like in my mind they were actually talking, like like on Disney when you have like the bears and stuff and like animals and they talk like Toy Story. That's pretty much what I created in my mind as a child. And then you get older and become an adult, we start to create things also in our mind. We create uh, personalities. Some people might be one person when they're around one other person, like someone else, and then the next minute, someone else come along and they're a different person. They just created two different personalities to match the frequency or interest that them and that person have in common. So to be able to do that, to create, we have to have some sort of intention, feelings connected to what we're creating. It's the same thing with destroying things in our mind. You can destroy concepts. Um, I have funerals daily in my mind with people that I done cut off in my life. And yeah, completely like buried it, like destroyed it. And I feel like we can also create energy of what we would like to convey or be an example of. And we can also destroy personalities that we have created or concepts, like I said before, that we've created. And in that way, that will make us a god or a goddess because we are creating for our mental health or lack thereof. And whenever we are destroying, also, I find that lower vibrational people destroy um, anything good that's within them because they feel like they have to become more of what they think is strong because they do not have the concept of strong being good. It's always something that is dominating And a lot of times people have the concept of dominating being evil. Like, you got to step on people, take what you want, y'all know. I don't have to get into that. But yeah, so we destroy those things, but we can also recreate them as well. Because we are gods and goddesses, we create and destroy all the time. It's just like whenever we are building something like a car, or you want to get rid of a deck in your backyard that's connected to your house. We do that physically as well, and with doing that physically, we should also know that it takes brain power to do that physically, so we can also do that mentally. Everything starts in the mind, you know. Sometimes we have blind spots to where we don't see what exactly need to be built or destroyed. So sometimes we might need a little help. There's nothing wrong with needing some help, but I don't like to call it help because then it makes you seem dependent. Because a lot of people don't like to feel like they are being dependent on someone for something that they need. So that's understandable. I personally just like to say activation, because we are all a part of the process, because we have to cross paths and we learn from each other. And that's not something that we should look at as, oh, I gave this to you, so no. We are all a part of a spiritual system, and we cross paths for a reason. Don't nobody owe you for that, So I wouldn't say, help. I would say something like assist, even. We assist each other. That's a better word. Assist. We assist each other. And with that being said, we are just needing a guiding, a blueprint. And there's nothing wrong with that, because sometimes we just need to be able to have something outside of us that can just trigger things in our mind, so we can know, okay, we need to destroy this. Oh, I need to create this, and a lot of times people say, oh, you've changed. Oh, you're out of character. Well, they do not know that we can create and destroy as we will. We have free will. And so if you want to do that, you can do that. And can't no one tell you, will make you believe that you are doing something that is not good for yourself, unless you are self-destructing, because I don't really participate or have any words for that. But when you are building yourself up, it's something that is of value to create and destroy, and it's not changing, it's bettering yourself. We go through seasons, we go through different times in our lives. We get wiser, we get older. We learn and unlearn bad habits. We learn good habits along the way. We're allowed to do that. We're allowed to grow. That's what we're supposed to do. And I just feel like some people don't really understand that. And that's okay. They don't have to understand it. All you have to do is just make sure that you are doing it for yourself and not really worry about the naysayers. Eventually, like, maybe they'll decide to go on a journey themselves. All you could do is wish them healing, send healing words, prayers their way, and that'll be the biggest difference we can make, other than judging them and messing up our karma and just saying all the most horrible things that they may or may not be. That's just my opinion on that. And yeah, I actually understand, like, how some people can create emotions attached to certain experiences, although they haven't physically experienced it. Because being an empath, if you are a true empath, you understand that if you see someone going through something and you watch the whole thing play out, and then you feeling what they're feeling, it's your emotions. So you might as well say, in a way, like, you went through it too. That's how deep it is. Being an empath, it's a superpower, because we're like human lie detectors. We could tell when something ain't right, someone ain't right, and you don't have evidence. You just know. And in the 3D realm, they'll say, "Oh, you don't have enough evidence," so they'll throw it out and dismiss it and call it an opinion or say you're accusing. But in the spiritual realm, it's like, you just might be right. You just might be right. And I feel like in certain circumstances, not all circumstances, but in certain circumstances, I feel like that should be something that's looked into, because in certain areas of life that's very important. I feel like there should be more empaths working in that field. But because this is 3D, they're just giving anybody badges, documentation, awards, and degrees and stuff. There's nothing we can really do about that, But if we're going to do things on a different level, that's just something to think about. And whenever we are creating and destroying thoughts and concepts and feelings and stuff, a lot of people might not understand, like, oh, how can you say this or that about this situation or that situation, and you've never experienced it, or you don't know what it feels like, And it's like, people don't really understand that emotions can be something that is created off of one's own experience. For example, like growing up, like, you got cousins and siblings. Well, me and my sibling, we do not recall our childhood the same way. We look at it differently, but we grew up in the same house, So it's just the fact that we're two individuals, so we experience and we created our emotions in our mind differently, Or like people that live in the suburbs will call their suburbs the hood, And the projects will probably be like, hold up, y'all have nice cars, y'all live in a nice neighborhood. How is y'all the hood? But it's really about the people that stay inside of the suburbs. Maybe they have a lot of drama going on, and it's like the hood. You know, can't nobody tell you just because you live in a nicer neighborhood that it ain't ratchet in some places. You know, that's just an example, and it's based off of experience, and these experiences will create emotions and feelings of, you know, someone that comes from a different area and they can relate to each other. You know, a lot of people just like to cause separation. People do not like separation. This is the contradictive part. People don't like separation, but there's always some type of separation. You know, I don't like when people do not want to entertain and look at the facts of an idea and try to dismiss it through their own opinion. Yes, it's valid, but it's just really inhumane to actually, and it's not sympathetic to do that, you know. People can do what they want. You know, we do what we want. But I just feel like that's not reasonable and understanding, you know, because we create and we destroy in our mind, you know. My cousin, one of my cousins, loved music, and in his music he might talk about, you know, some street stuff that he might not have done, but on the video game, you know. But that's the whole point. Like he's created his emotions and his feelings, and he tied some of those things that he would say in his songs to how it feel growing up for him. You know, maybe he feels like, shoot, I might as well be somewhere in a rough environment where there's bullets flying everywhere. You know, I go gun down somebody in the store or something, you know, because that's how he's feeling whenever he's you know, walking around, and how black boys get treated these days. You know, you never know what's running through their mind and what they're going through, you know. That's why they can relate to a lot of the music these days that's very violent, because they're really not in a good headspace when it comes to what they're creating in their minds, and what they're being made to destroy, to be able to survive, you know. And then we as parents, because a lot of things is put on us, we actually make our children do certain things that they might not want to do, or that's not in their best interest. But because this is the way that we're living in the 3D, we feel like we have to do that, and that's just not true. We create and we destroy with our mind. I just want y'all to think on that. I'm gonna end the video. Just think on it. If you gotta rewind this video, do it. Because I just feel like I just made a major point. So yeah, I hope everybody is drinking your water, earthing, loving yourself, and meditating. Yeah, I'm about to meditate right now. Meditate and say affirmations every morning, every night, during the day. Take 5 minutes to look at the sky. Say some affirmations. Go out into the earth and do some breathing exercises and say some affirmations. Say some words of encouragement to yourself, to your children if you have any, your pets if you have any, siblings, anybody around. You know, have everybody look at you like, are you okay? spread the love, So, yeah, everyone have a great day. Peace and love.